very pleased with you. It can be so hard sometimes. I open my heart to people, offer all of myself and more.
You do.
Put my faith in them.
Mm-hmm. Always.
And then they stab me in the back.
Sometimes literally.
A man was found dead in a ditch near here, and now they're trying to put the blame on us.
Us, simple country folk, we're living in fear, and that just ain't right.
The friends of this feller, a bunch of inbred hillbilly folk. Feels like our only hope is to try and get to them before they get to us. If you could head up to Elysian Pool by Butcher Creek and deal with the bastards, well, maybe just for once, love and respect can prevail.
Well, like they say, the early hog gets the acorn.
Hola. Let me find this last little bastard for the love couple. I'm doing the pig farm. I gotta kill these 4 guys. You know I'm on YouTube, right? Yeah, I'm live. Yeah, dude, they accepted me into that thing. He's like, yeah, but that's a bit expensive. It's like, can't be no more expensive than 4 ex-wives. Oh, welcome to the club. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun with these motherfuckers. Let's see, there ought to be one more trail somewhere. Ah, there it is. I gotta time this just right. There he is. Now I just gotta shoot him right at 30 seconds. So what did you have for dinner?
Did you get your salad and stuff today? Do you need anything from the store?
No.
You sure?
If you want, we can go Sunday. I've got enough stuff here. I want to eat on some of the stuff here. Maybe we'll go Sunday and at least get 1 bag of salad. I'm not going.
Salad's not too much, less than $2.
Yeah, but I got to actually start eating some food because I'm going to be exerting energy. I'm going to go work, baby. Don't fall down. Lean up against the door jamb.
This comes as the U.S. is in the middle of a trade war with China.
We just reached an agreement with Canada and Mexico.
President Donald Trump Friday announcing a deal to lift steel and aluminum tariffs on Canada and Mexico.
They've been charging us extremely high tariffs, as much as 285% or more for our agricultural products, which is an absolute barrier.
The president suggesting that getting rid of this would soon have tangible results.
The great farmers and manufacturers and steel plants will make our economy even more successful than it already is, if that's possible, which it is possible.
The move also clears a key hurdle for Trump's replacement for the North American Free Trade Agreement.
That deal is going to be a fantastic deal for our country. And hopefully,
Dude, if you're a boss, you never, ever go fishing by yourself.
Spoke about the deal Friday and said Canada is looking forward to negotiations on the United States-Mexico-Canada agreement.
Now that we've had a full lift on these tariffs, we are going to work with the United States on timing for ratification, but we're very optimistic we're going to be able to move forward well in the coming weeks.
But despite an agreement from the leaders, a final passage of the USMCA is still unclear. This as Democrats voice concern about labor and environmental provisions contained in the deal. In Washington, Camila Bernal reporting.
Missouri has now become the latest state to pass a heartbeat bill. Today, the House passed the Unborn Act. The bill would make it illegal for an abortion to happen.
Oh man, they both fell in the fucking water.
According to the bill, 8 weeks is when a fetal heartbeat can be detected.
It's alright, I'll still loot them.
For exceptions for medical emergencies, Missouri's governor is expected to sign it.
Well, dozens of people are under arrest after police in Detroit uncover a major human trafficking ring. Police in Michigan arrested 18 men and 17 women today. They face dozens of charges, including transporting a prostitute, accepting earnings from a prostitute, and...
Yeah, dude, we're gonna have some fun here in about a week.
Detectives say cocaine, heroin, and other...
Oh, yeah.
...also take over the suspects.
They get them addicted to drugs.
On with that group.
From prostitution until probably they're either in prison or they
he messaged me back, you know, and I just told him, he's like, well, it could get pretty expensive. I was like, can't be no more expensive than 4XYs. Oh, you're fine. Go take care of business. I'll just go ahead and go to the next one. We're going to be going up O'Craig's. What the fuck is it? O'Craig's Run. Hamish. Yeah, go take care of business. I'm sure this is going to be a hunt because it's Hamish. Hamish, whatever the fuck his name is. Yeah. And he's like, so you got Mustangs, huh? I was like, yeah. I said, I got 2. I said, one actually looks like it's all puttied up and shit. And he was like, what's the deal with being sleepers? I was like, you ever watch that show on Discovery? He's LOL, yeah. I said, I like to go fishing. And apparently, I know he looked at my profile because he said, nice Harley. That's right, you got an Eclipse, don't you? Yeah, I just basically told him in the message, I was like, yeah, man, I'm just bored with Mustangs. I was like, somebody told me at imports you can get a lot more torque out of them, so I was like, we're going to see how much we can put in under the hood. And he's like, turbo? And I replied, hell no, nitrous oxide. Yeah. Well, shit, that fucking BMW I bought, man, it was, I mean, it just looks like a stock BMW. Somebody had already lowered it, and I don't know if they run out of money or what. I'll sit here and fish till you get here. How about that? Because I need to get some salmon. And, it's all lowered, and a couple of my cop buddies come over and they're like, what are you gonna do to it? I was like, win some cash. I said the first thing I'm gonna do to it is fucking put a roll cage in it. They're like, we don't want to have to peel you off the side of the road. And they're like, no, you sold John that fucking bike. I was like, yep. He's like, where'd you get that at? I said, the pawn shop down here. They're like, what? I was like, I know the owner. Or not the owner, the manager. And they're like, oh, fuck. It about flipped out when I put a fucking hammer to it and just started dinging and stuff. Like, what are you doing? I was like, well, I gotta have spots for the putty. They're like, you're gonna piss a lot of motherfuckers off, aren't you? Like, no, I said, you know, I'm gonna let them win one. I'm gonna let them have a couple $100 of my money. But I said, then I'm gonna go triple for fucking nothing. And Sarge is like, yeah, he goes, your son ain't never gonna straighten up. I was like, yeah, I know.
once they get through the kennels,
I gotta get on a fucking rock here. Here we go.
start putting the kennels together.
With an added 8,000
Perfect,
square
right
feet
there.
compared to the old facility off Manslick Road, this shelter is building rooms for things they've never had before, like an expansive surgery with their own x-ray machine.
LMS has never had one. You know, we have to farm all of that out.
A grant will cover the cost, which means the donations they raised for that x-ray machine.
There's this one place I can show you, man. You can literally get 10 salmon within 10 minutes.
Possibly to save more pets.
And doing it all in-house will help cut down costs.
By bringing them in here, if we can treat them here with my staff, that definitely saves taxpayers dollars.
Another bonus, there's an extra clinic up front with exam rooms and surgery space.
Do you not got one of them lake lures?
For spay-neuter microchips.
That is what every person that's built a shelter in the last 5 years wishes they'd have done.
Whatever group takes over that space.
Yeah, I use them fucking lake lures, man. They fucking eat that shit up.
You know, and we have to do all we can. You know, if there's a way to generate revenue, we want to do it. We may lease that out to somebody.
But first things first.
Me and Big and them other guys did a mission that ended up here, and I started fucking fishing. And that one kid, I mean, I know, you know, he was young and shit. He just fucking rode his horse right down there. He's like, wow, man. He goes, he was looking at one of my guns, because he was only like a level 5 or 6. And he rode his fucking horse down here. And I was like, hey, man, I was like, I'm not trying to be an asshole. So I said, don't take this the wrong way. And he's like, what? I was like, get your fucking horse out of the water. I said, you scared away all the fish. And that girl's like, come on now, be considerate. You know, she was telling him. I was like, you know, I'm not trying to be an asshole. I said, you know.
There's a place for you here, so please come on and check it out. This marks the 15th year for the event.
So the car wash you got last night went a long way in helping big brothers, big sisters, perhaps. Like
And he's like, I'm sorry, man. Then he sends me a friend request. He's like, I send you a friend request. And I was like, honestly, buddy, I was like, I don't get a lot of friends. I said, I glitch too many cars, and I said, you know, I don't like a lot of people know what I do. I said, you know, I said, I ain't trying to get fucking popped. Well, you can't glitch on this yet. I was just thinking in the back of my head, motherfucker, you ain't seen my goddamn fucking glitching skills. How do you get into that? I was like, you got a smartphone or a tablet? He's like, yeah. Look up YouTube, buddy. Oh, is the Indianapolis 500 next week? God damn. I just seen it on the news. I used to be into roller hockey, because man, them girls will fuck some people up. But hell, that was back after I got out of the phase of wrestling.
14 runs in tonight's game against Florida State. That means tomorrow's game will decide the series.
And then I got Kathy, and then I got in with Kathy, and she got me hooked on hockey. Yeah. I just like the violence of it. I would be, if you'd see me in the stands, you'd think I was as bored as fuck with that game. But boy, when a fucking fight brought out, I'd be standing up yelling, kick that motherfucker's ass!
The only person they're helping is Matt Bevan. It's your local Ford store's Great American Sales Event.
First time Kathy took me to a game, she'd be like, if I didn't know any better, you like violence. Like, yeah, I like watching it. She's like, really? I was like, hell yeah. I love watching two people get fucked up and me sitting laughing at them. I said, I'm tired of watching pipe fitters and iron workers get into it. Man, the way they...
When I say St. Louis, you probably think the Gateway Arch, America's tallest monument. One record, huh? But rather than build up, we built out. Expanding the Gateway Arts grounds with more exhibits, green space, and riverfront views. With all of these improvements, it's high time you discovered the West. Can I help you guys? Yes, please. You want to tell?
I don't think I have yet to eat. Well, I mean, I ate a little bit of meat, but worst case scenario, I always just eat some beans or bread or shit like that. I don't ever feed my fucking character. He's way underweight. It was about a month ago. Kathy's like, he looks like a fucking skinny crackhead, and I was like, that's exactly the way I created him. She's like, you're fucked up. I was like, well, baby, you knew that when you married me. I know when I met Kathy, she was working in a American Eagle Outfitters distribution center, and I was working for IMI actually, and I was rooming with a guy named Chris. He was a short little mouthy fucker. He drank a lot, you know. And he's like, man, I need to get laid. I was like, we'll go get laid. He's like, well, I'm not from around here. I don't know where it is. I was like, dude, this is Pittsburgh, man. And they got fucking escort services everywhere. I ain't got no money until Friday. I was like, you know what? I said, I've been listening to you fucking whine for about 3 hours. You find one, I'll cough you up the money. You can pay me back Friday and get me a steak dinner. Alright. So we both got us a fucking whore. He finished in about, because I paid for a half hour. He finished in about 15 minutes. I looked at her, I was like, come on over here, girl. We got room. Oh, that motherfucker was so pissed. Then after they left, he's like, hey man, he's like, don't mention anything to the crew, da-da-da-da. And I was like, yeah, nah, no problem. Well, he pissed me off. He wouldn't stop for fucking coffee in the morning. So as soon as we in there had our safety meeting, he started whining about something. I was like, God damn it, Chris. I said, I listened to you fucking whine last night about getting laid. I said, I paid for your fucking hooker, so you shut the fuck up. He just looked at me, boy. It looked like death fucking warmed over. And then he had the sweets on the girl that worked night shift at the hotel, or evening shift. So I was sitting there, started talking sweet to her, take her, what was it, a strawberry milkshake? Oh, chocolate milkshake. I got her a chocolate milkshake.
With chocolate ice cream?
Something. Because there was a, love you too, there was a restaurant right down below the hotel. And got her talking, and she's like, so where are you from? You know, we got talking and shit. And I was like, hey, I said, why don't you come up? I said, you smoke weed, don't you? And she's like, yeah. So why don't you come on up in the room, man? I said, we'll burn one after work. She's like, I don't know. I was like, listen, I'm not like my fucking roommate, man. I was like, I ain't trying to get in a fucking relationship. I said, I work too goddamn much. And I said, I'm just looking for somebody to enjoy the time that, you know, maybe, you know, I'll pay for the gas, take me around, and you know, show me the city. She's like, all right. So it was like, I had her, and Chris is like, well, I'm going to go down and get some groceries and shit. I was like, all right, go get some groceries. I was like, well, why don't you wait after the show? Well, the show ended at 11. She got off at 11. So he went to fucking Walmart. Went and got, when he come back, me and her was laying in the fucking bed. Just got done burning a fucking joint. That motherfucker's out. He didn't talk to me for 2 days. He's like, you think you're fucking Romeo, aren't you? And I was like, no, dude. I was like, when are you going? I said, are you that? I said, you need to stop drinking. He's like, why? I was like, dude, because you're so funny to fuck with. I said, that's the only reason why I'm fucking with you.
Kentucky is hosting a regional opener against Toledo defense.
Hell yeah, I had to pay. And I told him, I was like, man, I said, if that's all you can please a woman in 15 fucking minutes, I said, maybe I need to get, next time I'll get my money back. Yeah, he got mad, man, because she got done with him. I was like, hey, I said, go wash that thing off. I said, by that time, I said, I'll be ready for you. As soon as she come out of that bathroom, I told old girl, I said, hey, darling, I said, there's a bag of dope in that drawer. I said, why don't you roll one up? I said, I'll finish this 30 minutes off. Oh, that motherfucker was madder than fuck. And then he thought he was going to tell Kathy, you know, and I'd be mad at him. Kathy asked me right in front of him, well, I hear you had a whore in your room. No. She's like, oh, you didn't? And I seen Chris's eyes. I was like, I had two. I said, apparently Chris is a premature ejaculator. I said, he came in about 10-15 minutes. I told her, I said, go wash that thing off and come on back over here. I said, I'll finish up. She just started fucking laughing. Yeah, my old lady's cool though. Well, I mean, we wasn't dating at the time. And then coincidentally, how me and Kathy got together, he took her out to dinner. And he's like, oh, I really like her, da 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 da. And it was like, So I just asked her one day, I was like, hey, I said, you want to go out to dinner? She's like, well, you know Chris likes me. I was like, she's like, how can I not? She's like, are you doing this just to spite him? I was like, yeah. I said, besides, I said, from what I hear, he's getting ready to leave the job. I said, I'll have the whole room to myself. You can come up here and hang out on the weekends. She's like, well, I have my own house. I was like, yeah. I said, think of it as a mini vacay. Damn motherfuckers, quit sending me fucking friend requests. I think people starting to send me a friend request from that group. Because I've had 2 or 3 in the last 15 minutes. I just sent him a message. Sorry, don't need no more friends.
Plus, 11 newborn puppies found abandoned in a Kentucky ravine. The condition of the dogs now.
Oh, I can, but I just keep my shit public that way in case my kids need to get a hold of me. I mean, that's why, Thanks for joining us tonight, everybody. Ooh, shit. Yeah. Yeah. Police say the crash happened just after 9:30 in the northbound lane of the Gene Snyder near I-65. Police say a man who appeared to be in his 20s ran across the interstate and then was hit by the vehicle. He died at the scene. Police say the driver stayed and that no charges are expected. The Snyder is still closed near Preston Highway while the investigation. Oh man, I think I fucked up. And went the wrong way. Oh yeah, well oh yeah, definitely ain't going that way. Let me hit that motherfucker on. Yeah, they're like, why are you checking in the strip club? Your wife will see. Man, I want my wife to know where I'm at in case I fucking disappear. Yeah. 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 Exactly. Yeah. We got this one strip club over by the flea market over here on 7th Street Road. It's called the Greenlight Lounge. Just ugly bitches, heavy set bitches, thick bitches, whatever, you know. And I used to go in there with a buddy that lived here at the hotel before we moved out. And I'd always go in there, and they always thought that, from what I understand after a while, they thought I was a fucking cop, because all I would do would go in there and order Cokes in a can, you know. I didn't drink, didn't get dances and stuff. And I guess they was talking one time, and I did not know this, but one of the girls that works as a maid here worked there. And she walked in, I'm sitting there talking to my buddy, and all of a sudden I hear fucking cornbread. Well, not too many people know me as cornbread. I turned around, I was like, hey baby girl, what's going on, you know, da 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 da, whatever, not bullshit. And so we sit and chatted, and got some wolves here I'm gonna take care of. And she's like, well, I gotta go get dressed for work. And I was like, all right, darling. She's like, you gonna be here a while? I was like, yeah, until he gets fucking sloppy drunk, and then I'll take him home. Well, I guess they caught her back in the fucking change room, but like, you better watch, man. You know, he been in here quite a few times, and he ain't never drank, never danced, nothing. And she come out and told me, she's like, they told me that, and I told them, he ain't no fucking cop. And she's like, did you bring any moonshine with you? I was like, yeah, I got a little bit out there. Because that's back when I was drinking and driving. I'd put it in a fucking Mountain Dew bottle. I was like, can you talk to the doorman and see if I can bring in my Mountain Dew? She's like, is it in the bottle? I was like, yeah. She's like, yeah. She's like, you gonna give me a drink? And I was like, I'm gonna give you the whole fucking bottle. I said, I don't need no more. Boy, when I went in there the next time, them fucking girls all over me. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, y'all thought I was a fucking cop. I said, now y'all all over me? Well, we didn't know you was cool. I was like, I'm not cool. I said, I'm fucking cornbread. One old heavyset bitch is like, I sure would like to know why they call you cornbread. She tried hard for a couple weeks. Did we get the wagon already? No. It just took... Uh-oh. I'm a-coming. God damn it.
28-year-old Richard Wilkerson was a math and history teacher at Christian Academy of Louisville.
Yeah, the bartender kept... She's like, well, you need to order a drink. And I was like, well, I don't see no sign that says there's a drink minimum. I said, besides, I was like, I only come with like $40 on me. Well, we take credit cards. I was like, nah. I said, my wife will get pissed because if I use a fucking credit card here. She's like, why? You not allowed to be in a strip club? I was like, oh no. I said, it ain't about me being in a strip club. I said, you know, she takes care of my fucking money. I was like, you do not want her coming down here if there's like a double charge on here. And I was like, you know, I'm not 18, I'm naive. I said, I know what the world is. And I was like, you get a hold of my fucking numbers, I'm sure y'all wouldn't hesitate to put a fucking $100 tip on, or charge on there. And I was like, you do not want my fucking wife coming down here. Because, I mean, that's what I couldn't figure about with the old lady. When I first met her, I just thought she was working at American Eagle Distribution Center. You know, picking orders and stuff, but she was just doing it 3 nights a week, or 3 days a week, because she was a fucking parole officer. I was like, well, shit, there ain't much change. I was like, you know, you're still dealing with fucking criminals. She's like, who's a criminal? I was like, me? She's like, you ain't no criminal. She's like, your background's clean. I was like, well, yeah, it may be clean. That just means I ain't got caught. God damn it, what'd she fucking do with my... She moved my fucking Kimball. God damn it. I hate when she fucking moves shit.
Salvage crews will be working to move those for the next couple of weeks. The Army Corps of Engineers says it's not aware of any significant damage.
Figures I'd get a fucking job offer after I had her mail that fucking paperwork for the unemployment. Because I told her, I was like, man, I wish I'd get me a decent job. She's like, why? I was like, because I got a half a notion putting in big red marker, suck my fucking cock. She's like, baby, she's like, you might have to draw unemployment again. And I was like, what are they going to do, get mad? Because I remember when I got my DUIs and Jason fucking fired me. He didn't, you know, I know what the cop did. He found his fucking business cards in my truck. And he fucking called and told him that I was high on space and I was driving, you know. Because, I mean, I had fucking uniforms and shit in the back. I know what he did. And I just walked in and Jason's like, you're fired. Can't deal with the DUI. I was like, what? I was like, oh, boy, you know, Tom, Dick, or Harry, or whoever the fuck he was. He's like, he's got a DUI. He's like, cornbread, yours with drugs. I was like, technically, spice ain't a drug. He's like, I'm not going to argue with you. He goes, man to man, he goes, you're fired. I'm like, cool. I said, second time in my life I ever got fired. He's like, and you're making a joke of it? I was like, dude. I said, I was just waiting to get laid off. I was like, you know, you've been fucking bleeding your dad fucking blind for a couple of years before I even got here. He's like, you need to get your toolbox and get off the property. No problem. Come straight here, told the old lady, I was like, you need to file an unemployment claim. Why? I thought, Jason fired me. Well, what do I tell him? I said, you just tell him the boss told me I was fired. That's exactly how you word it. I said, I'll take care of the rest. She's like, oh boy. Well, about 4.5 weeks later, that lady, you know, does the inspection, or not inspections, determinations of them, called me and like, you know, I'm calling you about your claim. I was like, yeah, what's up? She's like, to my understanding, hold on a minute. She's like, to my understanding, you got a DUI for drugs? Well, I said, I don't know about that. I said, I got a DUI. I said, I mean, you know, I said, I'm just no construction worker. I said, I don't know anything about the law. But I said, if he suspected me of drugs, why didn't he drug test me? He didn't drug test you? I was like, no, man. He didn't offer a drug. No, he just told me to kindly get my toolbox and remove myself from his property. And I reminded him that that was his dad's property. And she's like, oh. She's like, well, I have to call him and talk to him about it. I said, hell, call and talk to him about it. I'd asked him where that damn copy of the drug test is. I said, I'll go take one if you want. I said, I don't do drugs. I said, you know, I deal with industrial shit. I said, I don't do drugs. That was fun. Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone has a reason for getting their degree online with the University of Louisville. There are a lot of motivating factors for me, showing my daughter I'm going to do what I set out to do.
I needed to go back to school to move to the next level of management.
The University of Louisville Online can help you accomplish accomplish your goals, advance your career, and realize your dreams.
We ran across this program. It instantly made me smile. It was perfect.
Turn your why into how. Start today.
This isn't just a beer. It's a lager. Made from those
That's their right.
Your summer starts here. Time to hit the road. Deal on a new Toyota. And who knows what fun trips you'll find along the way. Lots of beignets.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get your Toyota today.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know. I was sitting in a fucking crawler unloading fucking I-beams off of flatbeds, and I told this motherfucker, you know, he pulled this little crane up there, and I was like, hey man, I was like, you can't park there. I said, I got a truck popping up in about half hour, 45 minutes. What's my lunchtime? I was like, I don't give a fuck or not. I was like, you don't, that's where the trucks are pulling. Don't park your shit there. He told his rigger, I mean, you know, we're like maybe 15, 20 feet apart. He got, I heard him going on the walkie. He's like, we're going to fucking lunch. And he's like, take an hour today. I was like, all right, motherfucker. They started walking away. I switched to another channel and motioned to my rigger. I was like, put up 3 fingers. He went to channel 3. He's like, what's up, cornbread? I said, hey, I'm going to swing this motherfucker around there. I said, hook that goddamn crane up. What? I was like, don't worry, you ain't getting in trouble. I said, swing that fucking crane around there. Or get the fucking, rig that motherfucker up. What are you going to do? I was like, you don't need to know. I swung that motherfucker around there. He rigged it up. I set it inside it because it's one of them cast buildings. I set that motherfucker right in the, I mean, because mine would go all the way, almost all the way across it. I set that motherfucker in there, and then I went to fucking lunch. I told the truck driver, I was like, here, I give him $50. I said, take your time, because he was just backing in. I said, here's $50, dude. I said, we're going to take about an hour lunch. He's like, well, I kind of get, I was like, here's $50, dude. I need to do this. I said, help me out a minute. He's like, yeah, no problem. We went to lunch. 20 minutes later, Super called me. He's like, where you at? I said, lunch. Well, you need to move. You need to move that crane back out. I was like, fuck no. I said, I asked him like a man. I said, I'm getting ready to fucking load another truck as soon as it gets here. And I was like, a motherfucker smarted me off. I was like, I'm teaching that motherfucker a lesson. Well, you need to bring me them keys. I said, you got another certified crane operator on that fucking site? I said, I'm up here at the fucking bar having lunch. Send that motherfucker up here and I'll give him the key. 45 minutes later, that motherfucker comes in over the goddamn state trooper. And the state trooper's like, do you have a keys to a crane? I was like, yes, sir. He's like, you need to give him to this man. Is he your boss? I was like, well, he ain't my boss, but I said, he's the superintendent of the job. Well, you need to give him them keys. I said, I have no problem giving anybody the keys as long as they got their fucking certifications, and either I know them or I see their certifications. Because I said, other than that, I said, that's my ass. And I said, I spend too much goddamn money on my license. The cop, he's like, well, I'll be right back. He stepped outside and, you know, he's sitting there and he's like, why are you being a dick? And I was like, listen, dude, I'm a nice guy until I get fucking provoked. I said, you're one of the ones that started running your motherfucking cocksucker. Come back, he looked at the superintendent and he's like, man's got a point there. He's like, I called my supervisor. He says, my best advice to you is call your company and get another crane operator out here. Well, I can't get one out here for at least 3 or 4 days. I looked at him, started laughing. I was like, whoop, bartender, kill the whole bar a drink on me. I shut down the job for fucking 4 days. Fuck no. Because that was a fucking union job. Everybody got paid 8 hours when he sent them home. So that come off his fucking budget.
But first things first, I want to show this shot of the sunset. I mean, this thing belongs in a mantle, right? With a family photo.
Yeah, I called my union rep. He didn't answer, so I called the fucking hall and told him, I was like, we got a situation out here on this job. And they put me through to somebody, I don't know who it is. And he's like, why you being a dick? I was like, I'm going to teach this motherfucker, he needs to show a little respect. He's like, well, you need to be a man. I was like, well, first of all, I am a man. And I was like, second of all, I was like, I didn't touch, because I was known for fucking fighting back then. I said, I never laid a fucking hand on him. I said, you ought to be glad I didn't do that. He's like, you know, it's going to be a couple of days until we get somebody up there. I said, that's not my problem. I said, that shit comes out of his fucking budget. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Yeah, baby.
Sorry, I sent you a message and I hit send before I was done writing.
I was going to say, you sent Frank. I'm going to be like, are you supposed to be calling your boyfriend or what?
No, I guess Frank's in the emergency room. I guess he passed out at home.
Really?
Yeah, so I don't know who's going to be unloading the truck.
Well, look for a slow night.
Yeah, it's probably going to take them a while to unload, I guess. They're working on it now.
Huh.
So it might be a while.
Good thing you only work till 3 o'clock, right?
No, it's 4.
Huh. Well, either. What's another hour?
But I don't know if he I know he likes to do yard work and stuff. I said, well, it was 90 degrees today. Maybe he overworked himself.
Yeah.
You know, because he's a pretty big guy.
Yeah.
You know, and so I don't know. I hope he's okay. Shouldn't he be lost? He does more work than anybody here.
Right.
You know. Alrighty. I just thought I'd tell you.
Alright, darling.
Sleep pretty soon?
Well, I'm gonna get ready as soon as this mission ends. I'm gonna hop off and take a shower. I'll probably get back on to about 2 or 3.
Well, do you want to go to breakfast in the morning?
Call me.
Alright.
I might stay up. And we'll go to breakfast.
Alright.
Alright.
Alright, love you.
I love you. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna hop off here and take a shower real quick. You gonna be playing around a little bit? Cool. Alright. Bye up.